good health.
How does life in Racka suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in. But then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver and how Sir Radzig sides with the king.
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape and slaughter. Or so the tales have it. Of course, all armies do that. But then barbarians take pleasure in it.
I know the wheelwright. He's an honest fella. And what could he do to cause it anyway?
What do I know? I don't make wheels. Maybe he fixed it with bad wood.
Don't let your
Jesus! Oh, damn. Be a bit more careful.
What the hell?
I was told to pick up a kit here.
I'd say there's not much room for improvement. You already look as good as any vassal, but your wish is my command. If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all?
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
I wanted to enter the service of Sir Racka, but he sent me here to learn.
And learn you will. You're lucky, lad. Sir Racka must like you. Most lords would have just sent you on your way.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go. This is our church, St. Matthew's. It serves not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the Lords of Lipa, our masters. The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. Ah, a man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord.
Put the weapon away. That's forbidden.
This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh? The bailiff and his hands live there, and our maestro protonotarius, the scribe. And the jailhouse. You don't want to see the inside, not even as a guard. Naturally, we have an executioner too, but he doesn't live in town. That wouldn't be proper, as I'm sure you know. He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek.
Like in all my born days.
This pillory was brand new in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
With a beautiful
The
shiny
swordsmith
coat.
lives here.
Really? Do you know if this Prince Yob is still at town?
My home, my family, my livelihood. Be merciful, good people.
What the hell is going on here now? Go and check it out, Henry.
If you won't go to the church, go back to your people. I don't want you here. Is that manure pile not big enough?
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
I think you ought to leave the poor woman be.
Ha 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 ha.
Why should I?
Are you sure everything in your business is in order, Master Armourer?
What are you trying to say?
Just checking whether you're aware of the town ordinance saying the furnace of the forge must be at least 2 ells away from the nearest wooden building.
Of course I know.
So I can go to the rat house for the measure and check it. You know fire hazards are taken very seriously here.
No need. I wouldn't want to put you to any trouble.
Well, you can save me a lot of trouble by ending this little disagreement here reasonably.
All right. I'll let her stay.
Ah, that didn't hurt, did it?
Thank you. Thank you 100-fold.
You're welcome. Just stay clear of trouble in future, understood?
Of course. Thank you.
That wasn't bad, but you'll be in that fool's bad books for a while. Your old neighbours are living here now. It's a bit of a shithole. Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush. If the town burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God rest his soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush is managing the fiefdom until Sir Hans comes of age. They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here. This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around. We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Prude. Prude has a pretty daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day.
There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later.
Let's move along to the Inner Bailey. Look here. See that filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard. Comfortable, are we?
Arms, please, sir.
Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
Who am I bothering here?
Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanush saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm going.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong in the church. Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble. Not well. His apprentice is standing in for him honorably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you. What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Scarlet.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel. The Ratte fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad. Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Be merciful, good neighbours. I lived like you did till Skalitz was burned to ashes.
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see. Now, where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
Are you serious?
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcasses. Don't guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff. Or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit. Let's have a drink.
Welcome, Henry. All I asked of you was a crust of bread, a groschen, whatever you could spare.
All got the all worked up.
Me as well, the lazy bastard.
My words exactly. And just when we need every pair of eyes. You never know when the humans might creep up on us. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Why not?
Greetings, Henry.
That's it. Finished.
Greetings, Henry.
God be with you, Henry.
Good health to you, Henry.
God save Henry.
That's it. This'll be the one. Finished.
Good health to you, Henry.
God be with you, Henry.
Now you.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
We'll see. That'll do me.
Good health to you, Henry.
Good health to you, Henry.
Greetings, Henry.
Your turn. Just one more thing and we're done for the night. Ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Scarlet, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind. The bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring
Welcome,
3 times,
Henry.
then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Have you ever noticed how overpriced?
Don't they always?
Indeed. I was talking to some merchants.
Henry, put that weapon away before a guard sees you. That's not allowed here.
Good health to you, gentlemen.
She only started not long ago.
Good day, Henry.
How are you, Henry?
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
God save you, Henry.
May the Lord watch over you.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronow. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Ratte.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he? He's hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
Metka!
Shit!
Here.
Give that bastard something to remember you by.
Missed.
You.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Hell? Answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me to...
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, How many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting. Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities as the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
God save you, Henry.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Could be. Bertold, our local gamekeeper, was looking for help with something a while back. Why don't you ask him if he still needs help? Oh, and another thing. You're the blacksmith's son from Skalitz, ain't you? The bailiff here could probably use you. He's got some jobs for the Skalitz refugees, but he's not sure who's good for what. He was moaning about it here yesterday.
Do you know if there's anyone...
I'm from Skalitz and, well, you know.
Good help. Welcome, Henry.
are you, Henry?
Good health to you.
Lady Stephanie of Talmberg sent me to...
And what would she like? Fine clothes from Venice, exquisite spices from Arabia, jewels from Germany?
Wine. Good wine.
Ah.
God save you, Henry.
Ah?
Would beer be enough?
As a gift for a noble woman's wedding? No, it definitely wouldn't.
Then that's going to be a problem. I gave the last keg of good wine away as a prize for the archery competition tomorrow.
Shit. Isn't there anywhere else where I could find the wine?
Unfortunately not. I have the exclusive right to sell and buy that particular vintage. No one else in the region will stock it.
Can I enroll in the competition?
But of course.
Hey.
Go to the shooting range above Racka.
But what if I don't win the competition?
Then you'll have to persuade the winner to part with some truly excellent wine.
I suppose I'll just have to find a way to get it.
I'm sorry, there's nothing more I can do to help. What is your wish?
Dear people, don't...
Welcome, Henry.
Need.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
Well, they have it tough, no doubt. But there's not enough room for them here. How much longer will they be living on our streets? Nothing good will come of this. What if one of them has brought the plague with him?
What kind of governor is Sir Hanush?
Sir Hanush is a good lord. Things won't be the same when that wastrel Sir Hans takes over. That will be a sorry day.
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Don't talk to me about that fucking rabble. A soldier was saying in the alehouse, them barbarians impale people on spikes. Rape women. They hold nothing sacred, the filthy heathens.
Let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
Is this enough?
Come now, just a little more, and we have a deal. Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
Welcome, Henry.
God be with you. God save you, Henry.
Henry!
Hey, look out!
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers? That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Scarlet's folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water?
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
Greetings, Henry.
Welcome, Henry. God be with you.